G'day, I'm pwbike. Come for a bike ride with me. Today we're going to head off down the Upfield shared path down to Royal Park where the zoo is. Way. Upfield, just across. The little hut on the right was where the manual crossing gate operators used to spend their time. They were all set up, a little heater and everything. And that would be someone there as long as the trains were running. So probably 5 or 6 or so in the morning till around midnight at night. And they'd get a signal that the train was approaching and they'd hop out and close the crossing gates so that cars couldn't go and trains could. There's the railway cutting on our right, the Upfield line, and this is where Inner Circle line used to branch off. You can see there's additional space and additional stanchions where the line came out. went round to North Carlton and North Fitzroy stations and into Edinburgh Gardens. You can see it again there. Stanchions are wider to accommodate a third line. Probably want my hand in the way. And it's Royal Park Station, Royal Park / Zoo. So Melbourne Zoo, really well placed. You can catch public transport to it. 58 tram route. Goes right past the rear entrance, as does the Upfield train line. Anyway, we'll go down here. It's a zoo car park. And we'll cross over the... Actually, I probably made a mistake. I have a feeling that we can't cross the railway line without going up the tram tracks, which is very bad. Here we are at the tram stop that serves the back entrance of the zoo. Yeah, this is no good. Well, we had to cross the road. Tram, across the crossover, viaduct. Oh, and here comes the tram. Bad timing, we could have got the two together. Oh well. Let's go back up to the other side of the railway line here. Actually, we'll just park here and catch, there's the tram coming out. It's the Route 58. 2, wow. No one at the tram stop, so no stopping. Anyway, back up to Royal Park Station, across the level crossing, and there's a bus. Does that make it a trifecta of public transport for Melbourne? Train, tram and a bus. Pretty sure that's it. Right, back on the road. This is Poplar Drive. hospital to the right. Alright, this looks like a good spot. Somewhere to park. Oh, this bike never wants to stand up. Maybe that will work. Our train. From the driver. We go over the other side, down past the zoo. Like, flies are out. Oh, another bus. Better view of Royal Park Station. I'll turn you around. Oops, no bikes. And we'll go this way. Quite warm already. It's the zoo. Hope you saw that. We should have gone up there. Bell miners in the zoo. They're also at the Trintambore waterhole in Royal Park, further down from where we just were. Very nice to hear those around the city and suburbs, because we're less than 5k from the CBD here. Nice place to visit and walk around. Photographed quite a few different birds there last year, which is nice. It's the State Hockey Centre on our right. Big sports thing. Another tram stop here. It's probably just a couple hundred metres walk from the front entrance of the zoo. This is Elliott Avenue. It runs down from Sydney Road, Royal Parade, down to Flemington Road at the bottom to our right. So now we're in the southern section of Royal Park. So down along the bottom edge of this on Flemington Road are the major hospitals, the Children's Hospital, the Royal Women's and the Royal Melbourne Hospital. And more recently, in that same precinct, Peter Mac Specialist Cancer Hospital. Bit of off-road action. Sun's well and truly out now. It's a little bit cloudy before, and also seems to be a bit of return of the smoke haze from the Otways via Carlisle River. Noticed that this morning after not seeing it for a few days. We've had some stronger southerly winds that have blown that clear of Melbourne. Yeah, I can see the track. Hopefully there's a turn off somewhere here. This is nice anyway. Cicadas warming up. I think we're back to a warmer day. You can see the CBD there. Quite a nice view of the skyline. That foreground above the, you can just see above the trees. That's that hospital precinct. And then further in the distance, the Melbourne CBD. The XE3 again. God, where am I pointed? 35 1.4. 1, 2, 3. We go mad and just right across here. Some of the nice things about a bike, you can just go, hey, let's ride here. Unlike a car or even a motorbike, you've got to be a bit more careful about what you're up to, where you're going, and it's faster than walking. We're still in Royal Park. It's Parkville, the Avenue, and Elliott Avenue Junction there to our right. There's something interesting just ahead here. Never actually been to it. Driven past probably thousands of times. So, early Australia, early Victoria, Burke and Wills, the explorers, quite significant and famous. This is where they left from on their big expedition. Unfortunately, they ended up dying at Cooper's Creek, which is in the outback, in 1861. And this is where they sort of held a press conference, if you'd call it that back then. And anyway, they ended up wasting so much time making speeches and carrying on that they didn't leave here until very late in the afternoon. And on their first night, they only made it as far as Moonee Ponds, which is probably 5k roughly to our right. Yeah, it's just north of Moonee Ponds Junction, nice big park, and there's a sculpture of their camels, steel silhouettes there, and that was their campsite on the first night. So not off to a great start, and certainly didn't have a great ending. So yeah, there you go, Burke and Wills. All right, back on the track. Got to get over this terrible road now, probably without the aid of traffic lights. Oh, unless we ride around to Royal Parade. Yeah, let's do that. Not as scenic, and probably easier, unless the traffic magically stops as we get to the intersection here. Yeah, there's a pedestrian marooned out in the middle. Oh, looks like there's a lull. Maybe we can get over. Oh yes. Didn't mean to ding. Look at that fancy place. Wow. Beautiful views. If you've got an elevated viewpoint here, you can see all the way to the Yuyangs, which is on the way to Geelong. Even from the 58 tram, you can see right out to the west, get a view of the Yuyangs. old corner shop type of thing there. No, it's just pigeons. There's a funny statue, dummy mannequin thing I think we should have a look at. Oh, it looks like Dracula with a cape and a collar. Maybe some leftover Halloween fun. Let's have a peep. How do we get in there? There's no pram ramp. Oh well. We can ride up. Okay, look at that. Nelson Alexander, which is a real estate agent. Quite strange. Bit of art anyway, so it's nice to see. Good hair. Right, let's continue. Can we go out of here a different way, or are we going to end up in some sort of strife? Ooh, bouncy rubber stuff. Here we go. Out through the Lich Gate. Nice. Huh. That was a worthwhile excursion. Alright, here we are at Park. Oh, I know where we are. This is the home of a Brunswick institution, which is called Trugo. And this is where it is played. This is their clubhouse. Not sure what they call their playing surface, a rink like in bowls or croquet or green. But anyway, it's quite a strange game, which involves hitting a big rubber ring thing with a mallet backwards between your legs. Here it is here, Trugo. Look at that, you can see the rubber ring. This looks like it's hard rubber. And the big mallet and the stance either side of that, whacking it backwards. I think you have to get it closest to the pin or something like that. But I think it was invented here at some company which may have made those rubber rings. I don't know if they were plumbing seals or something strange. But yeah, it's quite a strange thing. And when Matt Preston, the cooking bloke, was taking Anthony Bourdain for a bit of a tour around Melbourne and getting some things to eat, they came to Brunswick. And they went here and had a game of Trugo. So this is Temple Park. Brunswick Trugo Club, all welcome. Must do it one day. I imagine it'd be a bit like the Barefoot Bowls, fairly casual, fun. And there's some sort of old factory there, and a big substation that perhaps powered it in the surrounding areas. So maybe that's where the workers were that invented Trugo. I'm sure I could Google that and put up a little bit more info when I edit the video. So yeah, Temple Park, quite nice, tucked away, quiet streets around all sides. If you're wondering about the big tall brick chimneys you can see ahead, it's the old brickworks, which back when I lived in West Brunswick in the 80s, it was still operating. So, big site, huge clay pits behind where the parks are now. Lots of kilns baking the bricks, just the chimneys. And there's a pottery factory here to the right. We might ride through there actually. You can have a look at the kilns. Been inside the kilns. Once it was shut, it was all like fenced off, boarded up. But there were openings, and did manage to get in there one afternoon and made a picture or two inside the kiln, which was quite a unique experience. So you can see I've actually built apartments on top of the kiln. The kiln used to have big openings. You can see there were the numbers where the bricks were loaded in, and then they'd turn the fire on and cook them. You can see a bit down here if I turn back around. So yeah, a big long tunnel basically down either side. They'd pile the bricks into and bake them, firing, that's the word, until they were fired, turned hard, and then are allowed to cool and loaded out. So these parks here were formerly the clay pits for the brickworks. There were quite a few brickworks around Brunswick and quite a few clay pits. That's Albion Street, we're here already. Bit of a lull in traffic. Lucky. This is Sydney Road again. Edinburgh Castle Hotel, recently repainted. They took the big CUB sign down off the corner there where it says hotel, didn't put it back again. Seems wrong. I like those old signs.